Well, get a snack, get something to cry with, and get ready for our feature. Hello, hello, hello. How are you?
I'm so good. Thank you for having me. I'm so excited.
Thank you for being here with us. Tell the people where are you from, by the way, because I shouted out way earlier, but I just want people to know how far-reaching all of your magic is, because a lot of us are here in the DMV.
Yeah, so I'm from Boston. I know y'all are all not from, most of you aren't from Boston. But
Well,
yeah,
I'm grateful for you tuning in with us from Boston, and so grateful. Liv checked in with me and was like, where do I physically need to be? I'm like, in your room, in your house. So I'm
as,
grateful for the ways that virtual space allows us to connect with each other. The space is yours to do whatever you so please. We're just present, and thank you so much again for being on. So y'all stay tapped in and stay ready. And just so y'all know, as y'all are watching this feature, top left button, where you see Busboys and Posts, you click that little down arrow, and it'll also show Liv's name. Click that follow button. I'm gonna need you to do that now. I'll remind you to do it later, but you're gonna see why in a moment. Thank you so much for being here, and the floor is yours.
thank you. I'm so excited I haven't done a feature, like you said, a year ago. That was a year ago. So I'm like, woo, okay, let's get back into it. But I appreciate
Woo!
everything. You warmed me all up. And that last poem got me going. So I'm like, okay, gotta follow that. But so I think I'll just get right into it. I don't normally title my poems, but I titled them to break them up. Like general trigger warning, like heartbreak, depression, But I give like a couple specific trigger warnings when needed. Other than that,
Thank you.
all right. The night you left. The ceiling collapsed last night and I didn't notice. I sang a song with my tongue cut out and I couldn't hear the difference. I ran through the streets for you. 5 a.m., a blinking stoplight, my clamoring body. That night I stripped the stars from the sky. Gutted the clouds, refurbished the rain. I became nothing for you. Clawed my
Mm.
out, I potted a new language for you. Became a fully furnished house, an entrance mat. A punching bag, a eulogy, shapeshifted myself into skeleton, but you never came back. And I still wrote love letters about these moments because before the storm, there was a moment of warmth, and that is all I chose to remember. The night I left. He was the straw that broke the woman's back. What is left after forest fire is depleted soil. Angry oxygen, homicidal clouds witnessing the war between four walls, and you expect me to keep composure. You expect repeated trespassing to be met with peace. You reprimand the monster you made me. They
Woo!
always women to swallow war silently, but this time the syllables are bullets loading on my tongue that I am too tired to tame. Last night, I stood in the middle of the road in front of a crowd of men calling me crazy, including you. You who laid beside me hours earlier, bodies intertwined, now her body replacing mine, doing what you said you wouldn't. You realigned my spine by morning just to paralyze me by night. Such a familiar fatality. You watch my eyes pour, you let me walk away, erupted. You act like you don't even know me, just a girl gone mad. You and your friends laugh at the natural disaster I become. You watch my broken bones shatter on the pavement. I told you this story 1,000 times, never thought you'd turn antagonist. You watch me drive away, head in hand, tears soaking the steering wheel. You never called to see if I make it home. You just let them call me crazy. Why couldn't you tell them who you said I was to you hours before? Why couldn't you
Mm.
tell them what I told you? I'm not crazy. I've been chewed up and spit out for 3 years now, besnaking every man with a mouthful of promises for the one who would finally love me all the way through.
Oh,
Just another man with a mouth full of matches. Trigger warning: mention of sexual assault. Conversation with a Male from Hinge is the title.
mm,
When I tell the man I am one of three sisters, I know this is a precursor to pity. I hear
mm.
it coming from his stomach, your poor father. I never want a daughter, he says. I'd never let her out of the house, he says. I'd be too overprotective, as if he isn't the kind of man his own daughter would need to be protected from. As if a woman has to be possessed by him to warrant his protection, as if the women who walk the streets right now don't deserve the same shield, as if they too aren't somebody's daughter. Nick
Hmm.
looks me up and down and tells me, "You look suggestive, try not to get sexually assaulted."
Hmm.
The girl is the gun, as if existing as a woman is invitation, as if even in my quietest moments a man's mouth will not be full of malice. He says I should not talk back to the catcallers,
Hmm.
as if I do not as if I do not already know the smaller I make myself, the safer I will be, the more silently I take the stabs, the more likely I'll survive, as if
Hmm.
surviving was the goal, as if to make it home alive is too much to ask. Don't you know a woman walking in a man's world is never safe, and since I can't be safe, can I at least be free? The man who never was.
Whew.
I'm getting hot over here. I gotta take this freaking sweatshirt off.
It's all the fire. It's all of the fire.
I'm wearing my freaking PJ shirt under this. My bedtime is coming. Okay. The man who never was. Summer sang a lullaby in your language. There is a pile of unburned love letters addressed to your memory. No one feels like you. And that was
Hmm.
supposed to be a good thing. I miss you in the middle of the ocean, high tide in my lungs, survival on my mind. Your memory has feet. Walks into every room I've run to. I miss you in the depths of someone else. I miss you as I escape your house fire, as I scrape the paint off the walls and steal the ribs from the bed. I remember you in crumbs. I stretch out that one night like we were always made of love, as if the fire didn't start that Friday in the dark, as if you were always the man I made up in my head. Yesterday I found your ghost dancing in the living room. Spent an hour scrubbing your silhouette off the walls, unhinging your hands from my waist. I watched myself cry in the mirror, closed the door behind me, said goodbye through the peephole. I know there was no one on the other side. I know you were never made of the same material as me, so you wouldn't
Ooh.
understand the poems that turned splint to keep me moving on. Yesterday, I found your ghost dancing in the living room. And this time I did not shun the stereo. I did not chase your shadow. I let myself cry about the man you never were. I made sure I knew I was missing a fallacy. I am tired of mourning you the way Neptune dreams of bathing in sunlight. I am tired of falling in love with the ghosts on the wall and following them into the dark. So I let you dance until you get tired, until your memory is no longer a heavy thing, just a moment in time the sun slowly tore the truth out of. Is it again? There is too much tar on my tongue to tell you the truth. The tsunami took my tolerance. I take twilight sky and turn it tornado. Trauma is tap dancing on my timeline. The TikTok of a turning point I've tumbled into, and it tastes like the testament of terrestrial time or tragedy, translated the turbulence into trigger, into numb, into white noise, into trying again. Am I crazy for trying again? When I am seasoned, skinned alive, when I am ocean spit out, unsilver lining the shore, am I a lunatic? For wanting more when I am less and less of myself, when I lose arm to Tuesday and leg to spring, when I've built mountains out of bodies lost inside me, am I crazy? For trying to love again when I am back bent into boiled bouquet, and I've learned the men's twisted way. Now I am the hoax I've hated. Now I am heartless, hallelujah, hallucinogen hollowed into you. Break me down until I am small enough for you to love. Now I am walking revenge. Now I am no fear, all teacher, teach her anything but loss. I am all quaking, all lessons learned the long way, the wrong way, all heartbreaker with the broken heart. Trigger warning of death and depression. It's called Swimming Lessons. The thing about the things that don't kill you is they stay in the cemetery of your stomach. living an afterlife inside you, and on the bad days they rock climb up your lungs, remind every molecule of the weight your marrow carries. But the thing about the things that don't kill you is they are no longer that scary. The bad days have proven to not be fatal. The thing about surviving is I've lived to see the sunrise again. Everything that has ruined me, I've made an ocean out of and taught myself to swim. So I write a letter to the retrograde and to the woman who wore the worn body, who rose to fight the casualties ruminating. I tell her, you are not the blackened sky. You are not the night you split yourself in two. You are not your darkest hour that gave herself up for liar, telling the love story. You are poet, pulling herself from the poison. Even in the fiercest belly of the sea, you are every color of earth. Even your twisted deserves to be held. You are universe, not simply typhoon, still greenhouse, still gravel heart, still standing despite all odds. Land my legs. My mind's been doing kick flips around reality, been chewing on ideas of mortality and where morality weighs in and how the sun sets in people's lives and stays. Lately, the walls and windows are bending and blending, so I stopped leaving the door unlocked. I never know when depression is home. All I know is the colors have doled out. My body has stopped trusting my mind. I wake up to landfill, laundry, sandpaper kisses, and the thickening of abysses. The poems are not finding their way out this time. I think the cement has dried. My hands are tied. Me and the wood floor are baptized boat. Submerged ship still sinking and staring at the empty sky you left. At any moment I can break for you. At any moment I can be what you never were for me. I can sunken treasure myself into awe, and you hardly gave me one eye open. You hardly let me love you in the dark. And how is it I'm haunted by someone I never truly let in, who I never let leave, who still sleeps in my shadows and pulls me out of my dreams when I think maybe you'll come back? I've realized anything can be disguised as safety when you are drowning. I thought I had found land, but you were a landmine, just another thing I'd lose myself to. 2 times the charm. I pour poems in your coffee, mornings at a time. Everything feels like photosynthesis in slow motion. Your hands turn to amusement parks after dark. I told you I wanted to write a movie about your life. I meant that. Being feels like time traveling. I watch you drive around town, singing memories into the sky, the sun seeping through open windows. We go skydiving off your stories. You ask me to sing for you one night. I press the breeze against my forehead. I put love on my tongue. Every time I open my mouth, you look at me like paradise. When I met you, I was all out of love poems. But you smelled like sugarcane soliloquies and seasons rehabilitated. You kept the August in me up all night, stretched the summer into September. All the time zones started ballroom dancing right into autumn. Now it's October, and you still touch my body like it's biblical. Your smile turns itself into mine, and suddenly high tide is kissing the shore again. You make the love poems come back from the dead. You might be the man to museum my body into Mona, monarch me into Mariposa. You keep marinating me in midnight monologues. You just might be enough miracle to make it home. This poem's called Thanks for the Abandonment, XOXO. Thank you for giving up on me. So I had no choice but to grow legs in the places your memory lived. Thank you for leaving. So the best of me could stay alive. All my love letters have learned to walk their way back to me. My body, a homecoming hyperbole, a rebellion of rage, laying like massacre, screaming like sacrament, like demand, like let's be everything they took away from us, like let's be all our ugly, like let's let our grow crooked, graffiti their expectations, mud pool in the plastic. You will not bypass my kingdom. You will not dispose what was never yours. Your footprints will not last more than a moment. Everything I thought I loved about you was only my own light circling back to me. And then this is the last one. It's called The Woman Who Walks on Water. My joy, Sunday syrup, dry by sundown, sticky in syllables, swelling of song. An unpronounced ending, nesting in beginning, maybe a phantom existence, new moon baptism. 3 lives in one body when she arrives, all of us walk on water. I was made from a tired God, but one who left a type of heaven in my hands, heaven who can be burned time and time again and still live and live and live. That is all. Thank you so much.
Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh, I love you so much. Oh, I probably should have let y'all know in advance but also not, because this was my experience when I watched Liv feature the first time. I was like, oh, we're gonna have good poems, but I didn't know I was gonna be sucker punched back and back and back again for like 15 minutes. So maybe I could have let y'all know, but it's part of the experience. You are so incredible. I am so grateful for you. Thank you for your stories. Thank you for your truth. Thank you for your vulnerability and your resilience. And also just your voice. Like, you are so uniquely you. And your stories are so uniquely you. And the voice you share them with, like, all of it is just so you. Anybody who is not aware of the incredible spaces that are out there in Boston, there is an incredible poetry scene out there, and I'm so grateful for the Fireside community out there. Feel it, speak it, and being able to witness you is one of the greatest things that I've gotten out of that space, and I'm so grateful to have brought y'all space into my space, and so that way my people can witness like the beauty and the healing that I've got to witness from being in your presence and the presence of so many people that are in this chat right now showing you hella love. You're just awesome and incredible, and I'm so grateful for you. And I needed feelings today, and so I was like, I could book this person, I could book that person. I need feelings today and truth and powerful imagery. Who do I need? And I was like, Liv, let's see what's up. So I appreciate you taking the time to bless us. Thank you so much. How can the people support you? Because y'all need the support. So how can they support you?
You can follow me on Instagram. I think you like, if the live, I think you can like click the down button and be like,
yeah.
Other than that, I don't have my book out yet because shit's been crazy, and I'm in my 3rd year of grad school, and I got out of class and rushed home and was like, let me look a little presentable. But yeah, that's about it for now. But hopefully within the next couple years, the book will be published. It is written. 200 pages. Written. Yeah. But yeah, it's just not published yet. But yeah, follow me on Instagram. I'll update you if I'm doing anything besides dying from the education system.
You're doing what you need to do to better your life and better the community around you. We will be supporting you in the meantime. Also, I've seen Liv pop up at shows sometimes, and just as like an incredible person. So support her as a human being, and you're going to have more opportunities to support her as an artist. It's free to follow. So now that the book's not out yet, y'all have time to save up your coins so that you can buy the book, buy one for your friends, buy one for your grandma, ship one off to somebody on the other side of the country and be like, hey, you need this poem as well. But in the meantime, it's free to follow. There's 30 people in this room. Liv should have about 30 follows, well, 29, because I already follow Liv, but some of y'all do too. So somewhere between 20 and 30, there should be follows in her account tonight. Thank you again so much. You are such a beautiful, incredible human being. And your pen is so blessed. Go back when you get a moment, if you'd like, and look at the comments, because you receive so much love. And make sure y'all continue to share that love and support the artist. I'm done spieling. Thank you for taking the time, especially coming straight out of grad school to come and kick it with us. I appreciate it, because you did not have to do that. You could have took a nap, and you decided to be here with us. So thank you.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. That's like a lot of those poems. It's the first time I've ever like read out loud. And it just feels good to like go through all that and then come with it here and be like so held and loved. So I really appreciate it.
The 2 lines that came to me, there was I'm gonna butcher it, but it was the thing about the things that do not kill you is that they stay in the cemetery of your stomach. It was something along that.
Mm-hmm.
crazy. And then just the affirmation that I want to carry for myself, and I hope other people can carry. There's so many things in the pieces, but it was something about the thing about loving you was all the light that I gave coming back to myself, something along that
Yeah.
line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like everything I loved about you was just my own light circling back to me.
One more time, please.
Well, I think it wasn't exact, but everything I loved about you was my own light circling back to me. I think that's what I said.
And if you rewrote it, it's your poem. You get to rewrite it. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't butchering it. Thank you for that. I'm going to be carrying that for the rest of the night. We're going to let you go. I love and appreciate you so much. And thank you so much. We'll see you soon.
Thank you so much. So much
Of
love.
course. So much love. See you soon, love.
Okay,
Bye
bye-bye.
now.